Exactly 3 p.m. in Cairo. Time to look up at the news bulletin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And we start right away with the headlines. President El-Sisi chairs meeting on state strategy for ICT training and digital products exporting. Prime Minister Abdelati meets Palestinian Prime Minister, stresses Egypt's unwavering support to Palestine. Trump's proposal to take over Gaza draws wide criticism. Welcome back. The news in full. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held talks with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Communications and Information Technology Amri Talat, and Head of Military Academy Ashraf Zahir on Wednesday. The meeting reviewed state strategy for ICT training and digital products exporting. President el-Sisi stressed the significance of digital transformation in Egypt. The head of state called for supporting IT professionals and increasing their numbers, as well as expanding the training and building capabilities through applied technological schools and innovative centers. The president urged investing in human cadres, especially youth, plus creating scholarships as well as training and qualification programs which suit modern demands for work markets and the knowledge-based economy. He added that such a strategy will in turn help enhancing digital experts' efforts as key access to develop the national economy and enhance Egypt's competitiveness in the vital field. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Immigration and Expatriates Badr Abdelati confirmed on Wednesday Egypt's unwavering support to the legitimate and inalienable right of the Palestinian people. Meeting with the Palestinian Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Mohammed Mustafa, the top diplomat stressed that the endeavors should be exerted to reach a durable and just solution to the Palestinian cause based on a two-state solution and the establishment of an independent Palestinian state along the borders of June 1967, with Jerusalem as its capital. The minister asserted Cairo's backing to the Palestinian government and its reform plans, saying that the Palestinian National Authority should be enabled both politically and economically. Abdelati called for the Palestinian National Authority to shoulder its responsibilities of the Gaza Strip, which is part and parcel of occupied Palestinian territories. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas strongly rejected on Wednesday his U.S. counterpart Donald Trump's proposal to take over the Gaza Strip. In a statement, Abbas's office said that the Palestinian president and the Palestinian leadership expressed their strong rejection of the calls to seize the Gaza Strip and displace Palestinians outside their homeland. The statement adding that the legitimate Palestinian rights are not negotiable. The Palestinian Liberation Organization's Secretary General Hussein El-Sheikh said on Wednesday that the PLO rejected the call for the displacement of the Palestinian people from their homeland. El-Sheikh reiterated the Palestinian leadership's constant position that the two-state solution based on the UN resolution and international law is the guarantee for security, stability, and peace. The Palestinian envoy to the United Nations, Riyad Mansour, pushed back strongly at U.S. President Donald Trump's suggestions for the Gaza Strip inhabitants to be resettled. Mansour stressed that our homeland is our homeland, calling on world leaders and people to respect the Palestinian people's will to remain in Gaza and their right for self-determination. U.S. President Donald Trump said that the U.S. would take over war-ravaged Gaza and create a Riviera of the Middle East after resettling Palestinians elsewhere. Trump unveiled his surprise plan without providing specifics at a joint press conference on Tuesday with visiting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump told reporters that the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip and they will do a job with it too. They are going to develop it, create thousands and thousands of jobs. And it will be something that the entire Middle East can be very proud of. In reaction to Trump's remarks, Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry said it rejects any attempts to displace the Palestinians from their homeland. A statement said that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has affirmed the kingdom's position in a clear and explicit manner. Also, China said it opposes the forced relocation of the people in Gaza. Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson Lian Zhuan said that China has always believed that Palestinian rule is the basic principle of post-war governance in Gaza. Coming back to Egypt, as North Sinai's El Arish seaport raided for receiving a 6th Emirati aid ship bound to the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, the humanitarian aid to Gaza continued flowing into the enclave through the Oja and Karm Abu Salim border crossings. Since the truce was into effect on the 19th of June, a total of 3,388 trucks crossed into Gaza coming from Egypt, including 238 fuel trucks. And going back again to the West Bank, as Palestinian and UN officials said, Israeli military offensive in the two West Bank refugee camp had displaced nearly 5,500 Palestinian families since December. Jonathan Fowler, spokesman for the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, said that the displacement took place in the Tol Karm refugee camp. Faisal Salama, head of the camp's popular committee, estimated that 80% of the camp's around 15,000 residents have been displaced. The Palestinian Health Ministry reported on Tuesday that 70 people have been killed by Israeli forces in the West Bank this year, and 38 of them in Jenin. Qatar's Prime Minister said Doha would help Lebanon rebuild after a devastating Israeli war, but only after a few or new governments informed. During a visit to Beirut on Tuesday, Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani said, "We took forward two ongoing efforts to form a government, later economic support and support for reconstruction will come." Al Thani said it was crucial for Israeli troops to adhere to the ceasefire agreement on the withdrawal from the southern Lebanon. A ceasefire has been in place since the 27th of November after more than 2 months of all-out Israeli war. And still in the Middle East, as Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said Wednesday that U.S. President Donald Trump's reimposition of a policy of maximum pressure against Iran will end in failure, as it did during his first term. Araghchi told reporters following a cabinet meeting that he believes that the maximum pressure is a failed experiment, and trying it again would turn into another failure. The Iranian top diplomat added that Tehran was not pursuing nuclear weapons. And to the developments in the Ukrainian war, as Russian regional governors said, Ukrainian drone attacks in southwestern Russia set an oil depot ablaze on Wednesday. Russia said 2 Ukrainian drones had hit the Kursk region, and the two in Belgorod, with the area bordering Ukraine. Kiev has investigated its aerial attacks against Russian energy and military installations in recent months, in what Ukraine said its just response to Moscow's incident's bombardment of its own energy network and towns. Well, we'll start the economic segment as Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli today said that the government seeks to optimize the revenues from the state-owned assets, being top priority to economic developments. He noted that the government will continue implementing a plan to improve the performance of the companies and factories affiliates to the public business sector. The Prime Minister made these remarks in a meeting with the Minister of Public Business Sector, Mohammed Shemi, where they reviewed the government's efforts for upgrading number of public enterprises and projects. And moving on to the Egyptian Bourse, as Egypt's Bourse inched lower at today's midday transactions, pushed by local and Arab investor sell-offs against foreign investor purchases. The benchmark index EGX 30 fell to 0.2% above the 29,600 point mark. The equal weighted indices EGX 70 and EGX 100 both dipped to 0.2%. Well, this sports amazing news. We started with the Real Madrid, as Real Madrid will be without forward Kylian Mbappe and midfielder Joan Bellingham for today's Cup de Ria quarter-final Allegrina Madrid, and who top at the La Liga standards on 49 points from 22 matches. 1 point ahead of the second place Atletico Madrid are set for a short set of 5 years for coming days amid defensive injury crisis. Their visit to Ligens will be followed by a Liga derby against Atletico Madrid at home on Saturday, and a trip to Manchester City in the Champions League knockout phase plays off on the 11th of February. Well, by this, we come to the end of our news bulletin for now. Many thanks for watching. I'm Hanan El Khouli. Thank you.